అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. శుభోదయం. Today is the fourth day of our classes on Shodasa Samaskrams by Dr. Visalakshi garu, our Vice President, Sanatana Dharma. So first we will start with Vande Mataram by Chala Chittibabu garu, and then we'll chant Prarthana. After that, we will hand over the platform to Dr. Visalakshi garu. Request all of you to stand and recite Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Subrajyotsna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumatala Shobhini, Suhasini, Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి. Chala Chittibabu garu. Now I will request Satyaji to chant Prarthana.
Namaskaram. Let's do meditation for a minute. Om. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamasravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasrunvannotibhis Sidasadanam. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhena Mavitryavatu. Om Shri Mahasaraswatye Namaha. Gurureva Gati Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave. Na Guru Paramam Sishurasmi Guru Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru. Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatika Krutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshina Namaha. Asatorma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sri Guru Bhyom Namaha. Harihi Om.
ధన్యవాదములండి సత్య గారు. Now let us request Visalakshi garu to continue the webinar.
Om Sri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Om Sri Parvati Rajarajeshwarabhyam Namaha. Om Sri Medha Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Sivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Sivaya cha Namah Sivaya. Om Namah Sivaya. Now today we are going to know about the Samavartana Samskara or Snatakotsava Samskara. Snataka means Gurukula Vasa Nivrutti, returning home from Gurukula after completing Veda Vidya Adhyayana. This Snataka Samskara is of 3 types. They are called as Vidya Snataka, second one is Vrata Snataka, and third one is Vivaha Snataka, Vivaha Purva Kruta Snatakam. Now, Vidya Snataka is that sacrament performed by the Acharya while giving permission to Brahmachari after the completion of his education, after nearly 15 or 16 years of observing hard celibacy, leading the life with several restrictions, making the body suffer a lot with continuous education and work at hermitage, without aspiring any desires and luxuries. Not even comforts also will be provided at that stage. After completing education with hard work, the student is considered to be worthy of receiving the certificate of his education. Then the Guru permits him to go home and enter into Grihasthasrama, preaching him about his duties before entering into the society. So we are going to know about this Vidya Snataka Samskara here. Now second is Vrata Snataka. After performing Veda Vratas and Brahma Vratas and completing them, the disciple performs the Snataka, that is called as the Vrata Snataka. The third is the Snatakotsava, performed before celebrating the marriage. Almost all people know about this Snataka very well and think that Snataka means only this Snataka which is done before marriage, at the time of marriage. Because most of them, they do not know Vrata Snatakas or even Vidya Snataka. So, but some people may be knowing Vidya Snataka because even Snatakotsava convocation will be celebrated in universities also at the time of giving degrees of either bachelor degree or master degree. Even at present days, this Snatakotsava is celebrated in our universities, but not in that process as it was done at Gurukulas. But now 1 or 2 universities, they are preaching the same teachings which now we are going to learn and which is there in type 3 of Upanishad Sikshavalli. Now, after completing this bachelor's degree or master degree, whatever convocation is celebrated, that is called as Vidya Snataka. So, sometimes both are called as Upaya Snatakas, Vidya Snataka and Vrata Snataka. Both these together are called as Upaya Snatakas. It is said in Parasara Smruti Acharakanda like this. Gurave tu varam dattva snayita tadanujnaya veda vratani va param nitva hi upayameva va. The Mimamsa Vartika says Snataka upalakshita upalakshitat atra nivrittihi guru veshmanaha. Veshma means house. Nivritti from Gurukula Vasa. During Gurukula Vasa, brahmachari has to sleep on the ground, not on bed. Get piksha from house, wandering from house to house. He has to get piksha and eat, offer it to Guru, and whatever Guru gives him, he has to eat it and study continuously throughout the day. Go to the forest and collect fruits, roots, and samithas. Now, after completion of education, they leave all these restrictions, take apyangana snana, apply scent to the body, wear clothes, new clothes suitable to those who stay at cities. Till that time, even their vastradharana was different. So now they get ready to go home. To make them thus ready to leave the Gurukula, to go home is called as Snataka Samskara, Vidya Snataka, or Samavartana Samskara also we call that. The kratu done at this time is called as Utsarjanam. Utsarjanam. It would be observed by the Guru either on Paushya Sutta Paurnami, on Rohini Nakshatra. Shastra says, Taishyam Paurnamasyam Rohinyam va Viramet. That day both Guru and Sishya do pranayama and say Sankalpa as Sri Parameswara Prityartham Athitanam Chandasam Saviryatvaya Adhyaya Utsarjanam Karishye. So saying thus saying, they should do exactly as they did at Upakarma, that is to do Mantaparadhana, Navarushi Avakana, then Puja, Tarpana, Agnimukha, Homas, etc. All they have to perform and pray all the gods with namaskaras and then Shodasopachara pujas. They should pray that what all they have studied till now, till that time, should be retained and increased, and they should get the fruit of knowledge. For several years, the Acharya and his wife took care of all those disciples as if they are their own children, without taking a single rupee from them. Now it is the duty of the disciples to pay Guru Dakshina to their Guru as per their capacity on Ashadha Paurnami, that is Guru Paurnami. The word Guru Dakshina reminds us of Kautsa, who gave 14 crores of gold coins as Guru Dakshina to his Guru Varatantu, seeking the help of Rakhu Maharaja of Solar dynasty. The Guru Dakshinas these people give would be utilized by the Guru for the next year students, coming students. Continuously, thus the students will be studying there for several years, and every year new students join, and old students who are leaving, they will give this Guru Dakshina to the Gurus to maintain the hermitage, education, maintenance and all. So leaving for such Vidyarthis, Acharya, while leaving, that is at the time of departure, the Acharya gives his final instruction and final advice as mother and father tell to their daughter before sending her to her in-laws' house after celebrating the marriage. that sort of advice will be given by Acharya to all the disciples at the time of giving them the certificates and permitting them to go homes and take Grihasthasrama, enter into Grihasthasrama. So this is explained in the Ekadashanuvaka of Sikshavalli of Taittiriya Upanishad. Now just we'll read that once and then one sentence by one sentence every line we will explain in detail and know the meanings. Om Vedamanuchyacharyon Vasina Manushasti Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara Swachaya Anma Pramadaha Acharyaya Priyam Dhanamakrutya Prajatantum Ma Vyavachetsi Satyanna Pramaditavyam Kushalanna Pramaditavyam Phutyayna Pramaditavyam Swachaya Pravachanapyam Na Pramaditavyam Deva Pitru Karyapyam Na Pramaditavyam Matrudevo Bhava Pitrudevo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava Atithi Devo Bhava Yanyanavadyani Karmani Tani Sevitavyani No Itarani Yanyasmakagum Suchiritani Tani Tvayopasyani No Itarani Yeke Chasmat Shreyagum So Brahmanaha Tesham Tvaya Asanena Prishvasitavyam Shrddhaya Deyam Ashrddhaya Adeyam Shriya Deyam Hriya Deyam Bhiya Deyam Samvida Deyam Atha Yedite Karma Vichikitsa Va Vritta Vichikitsa Va Syat Ye Tatra Brahmanaha Sammarshinaha Yukta Ayuktaha Alukshaha Dharma Kamaha Syuhu Yatha Te Tatra Varteran Tatha Tatra Vartethaha Athapya Aphyateshu Ye Tatra Brahmanaha Sammarshinaha Yukta Ayuktaha Aluksha Dharma Kamaha Syuhu Yatha Te Tatra Varteran Tatha Tatra Vartethaha Esha Adeshaha, Esha Upadeshaha, Esha Vedopanishatu, Evam Vedopanishatu, Evam Upasitavyam, Evam Uchaitadupasyam, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, now these are all the instructions given by the Acharya. Acharya means the teacher, the instructor who studies all the Shastras, gains Vedic knowledge comprehensively and comprehends the meanings of Vedas, establishes them in practice in his life, practices them himself and then teaches them to Sishyas. Achinotihi Shastrani Achare Stapayatyapi Swayam Acharate Yastu Sa Achara iti Smrutaha. This is how the characteristics of the Lakshanas of Acharya are given. The Acharya is the one who stores and germinates the mysteries of the Vedic theology in the disciples by teaching them. Antevasi means Sishya. Antevasi means one who always stays near the Guru. That is one who always follows the instructions of his Guru. So Antevasi means disciple who offers his three karanas, mano, vak, kaya, mind, speech and body, that is deeds to his master, and he devotes his trikaranas to his Guru, to his studies and to the knowledge. And studies Veda Manuchya Acharyaha Antevasinam Anushasti. Anushasti means, Anu means following, Anusara. Shasti means commands. These are the Vithivakyas. The Veda is instructing us. After completely teaching the Vedas to the student, for which he deserves, the master instructs the student like this. as final verdict. It is Anushasana, means edict, that is given following the teaching, that is after instructing the Vedas and Vedic knowledge, this instruction is being given following that. This is the Shasana, edict made by Paramatma in the Vedas. How can the edict be disregarded? So it is to be observed and followed by every one of us. Just as the edict of the king or government is to be followed without questioning, thus the edict of Paramatma, Veda and Acharya should be followed. The Vedas are called as Prabhu Samhitas. The disciples must accept and obey the instructions of their teachers as that of edict and follow. This is the edict, teaching and advice given by the master to the student. Finally, first among them is Satyam Vada. Always speak truth only. Truth is that which never changes with the change of time or space or persons. Trikala Abadhita, which will not be changed in past, present or future. It is always the same. It is Kala Abadhita. It will not be disturbed by any Kala, by any Desha Abadhita, which will not be disturbed in any place, in any pranta, at any time by any Vyakti, by any person. That is Satya. These Satyas, this Satya is unchangeable. It will not change. So the Upanishad described Satyam as Satya Tyat Cha Satyam Apavat. Sat means existence, being, a Paramatma. Being always is Parabrahman only. To speak about Paramatma is to speak Satyam. Satyam means to speak about the ultimate truth and ultimate reality. Whatever words we speak, that should be either it speaks about Paramatma, the divinity, or it must be the word spoken at the time of walking in the path shown by God, by Veda, by Shastra. Satyam yathartha bhashanam, they say, yatha artha, as it exists. So truth is to speak what it is. What always exists is God, that is Paramatma. So to worship divine with the speech and in the form of words and speech is truth. The first command given by the teacher is to speak the truth. Now Satya Tyatya, they said, there are certain unchangeable, that is those which are visible and those which are invisible. Truths are there, both are to be followed. Now the second instruction is Dharmam Chara. Practice Dharma, always practice Dharma only. If we just speak of Dharma, it is of no use. We have to put it into practice. Knowing the complete form of Dharma, we have to practice it in our lives. The greatness of man is to know Dharma, to live practicing Dharma, that is to live righteously in right path, to practice Swadharma, one's own Dharma, to enable the nature and all living beings to follow their dharmas and to practice all physical and mental karmas in relation to God. If these two, that is in these two, Satya and Dharma, in these two very important advices, Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, the Acharya is teaching the disciple as to how they should behave physically, mentally, then by Trikaranas. So actually what is Dharma is to be known. Then what is Satya is also to be known perfectly. Anybody may get a doubt, so to clarify that, the master is continuing his teaching. It is the Upadesha given to all human beings, not only to those students of that time. All of us should follow these instructions in our lives. Veda and Shastra always speak in the form of command and taboo, that is prohibition. Vidhi and Nishedha. Do this, do not do that, like that. So these are Vidhi Vakyas. They should be followed without questioning. Now the third command is Swadhyayan ma pramadaha. Always be alert in practicing, in doing Swadhyaya. Swa Adhyaya. Never be lazy, never neglect them. Swadhyaya means studying the Vedas and Shastras, studying what we have to study according to the birth where we took. So whoever belongs to which Veda or which Veda Shakha, that should be studied. And that Veda should be studied thoroughly and always do manana of what is studied. Otherwise, if we do not do manana, we may forget even if we study. So continuous manana should be there. Then we should do nididhyasana, contemplate over that. Kalidasa Mahakavi says, Amnayanam ayogena vidyam prashithilamiva. There is danger of forgetting what we have learned if we do not practice, do not do manana of them. Continuous repetition and putting them into practice. So we should keep reading and studying Vedas, Shastras and Puranas, by which we can pay the depth of Rishi Runa, Runas of Rishi. Every human being is born with 3 Runas, Deva Runa, Rishi Runa and Pitru Runa. Later, two more Runas are being added after taking birth. Even before the birth, at the time of birth, 3 Runas are there. Later on, 2 more. Atithi Runa and Sankha Runa or Manava Runa. Nuru Runa or Bhuta Runa, as they say, they are being added. A man has to pay all these 5 Runas by doing Pancha Yajnas. Now, 4th point is Acharyaya Priyanthanam Akrutya Prajatantum Ma Vyavachetsi. The Sishya should pay Guru Dakshina to the Acharya who taught him knowledge. Then, with his permission, should enter into Grihasthasrama and get children and keep up the progeny. So, we should not let the tie of Guru and Sishya and also of the lineage, the family dynasty, we should not let that be broken. It should always be continuous. So by getting santana, children, the vamsha will continue and he becomes free from Pitru Runa. Similarly, what all he had learned from the Acharya, he should teach to his disciples and keep up the Guru Parampara without letting the thread broken. Now, Vidya Adhyayana means education and Adhyapana means teaching. We have to first learn and then to teach. These two are the Adhyayana and Adhyapana are the duties of Brahmins. It is Dharma Purushartha. 4 Purusharthas are there. So accepting Guru Dakshina is getting Artha Purushartha. Even that is very much needed in life for sustenance. So this Artha Purushartha, which should be utilized for Dharma Karyas, for Acharana of Dharma Karyas. Dharma, Artha and Kama are 3 Vargas, which should be gained and utilized. But Moksha Purushartha is the goal of our life and it is Apavarga. These 3 are Varga. Then the 4th one is Apavarga, avoiding that Varga, the 4th one. So by Trivarga Sadhana, we should get Apavarga, Moksha, Shreyas. Now 5th one is, 5th advice is Satyan na pramaditavyam. Satyat na pramaditavyam. Should not neglect truth. We should know the truth correctly. Should never tell any lies, even if any circumstance prevents, makes us to forces us, even then asatya should not be spoken by us. By studying Vedas near Guru, we know what is truth. Sometimes worldly matters create illusion in case of truth. Then Bhranti or illusion is Asad Jnana, that is wrong knowledge. So care must be taken in case of ignorance. The path of truth should never be ignored even by mistake. Now, sixth advice is Dharma na pramaditavyam. Dharmat na pramaditavyam. Care should be taken not to make any mistakes, even in case of dharma also. We should not leave practicing dharma at any circumstances. We must know what is dharma, then we should know our swadharma. We must have fixed attention, nishtha, to dharma acharana. We should not get deviated from dharma and dharmacharana. Thus, the master emphasized the importance of satya and dharma 2 times. Now, again, he is going to tell. Several times he repeats the importance of satya and dharma. Now, 7th point is kushala na pramaditavyam. Kushalat na pramaditavyam. Kushalam means well-being. We say kushalam asti, are you safe, like that. So we should not neglect our well-being also. We should not make any mistakes in recognizing and practicing what brings us well-being and elevation of our Atma. That is kushala, by which karma we protect ourselves and gain elevation of our soul, our Atma. That is kushala. Then 8th advice is bhutyai na pramaditavyam. Bhuti means Aishwarya, that is wealth, prosperity. The real wealth is always the liberation only, and not any worldly wealth or name and fame or high positions. They are also wealth, but they are a limited wealth. They are not perfect and not Shaswata. The real wealth is getting liberation, moksha, real knowledge. So in acquiring moksha and in acquiring the paravidya, parajnana, the real knowledge, we should always be very careful. We should not fall in greediness of worldly things. We should be attentive in this regard. Now, 9th advice is Swachaya Pravachanapyam na pramaditavyam. Swachaya and Pravachana. Both these two are very important for all beings, especially for Brahmins, because they are the gurus, they are the teachers of the society. We should not neglect our Swa Adhyayana, Swachaya, and Pravachana, speaking, advising others. Swachaya is Swa Adhyaya means learning what we have to learn. And Swachaya also means learning Shastras, scriptures, Vedas, Puranas, Itihasas, and all. So that Swachaya can be done by each and everyone. Those who deserve for what they can learn. Now, Veda Achyayana is Swachaya. Pravachana means preaching what we have learned. The essence should be conveyed correctly. Wrongly, we should not understand, and wrong messages should never be conveyed to the society, to the other persons. So any enlightened education will grow if it is imparted to others. If we do not preach, then they will perish. Bhartrihari also says the same thing. So, if not taught to anyone, Jirnamange Supashitam, says Bhartrihari. Jirnam Ange Supashitam, that will be decayed in our body itself if we do not preach to others. So what all vidyas are there in gurus, they should be given, handed over to those who are worthy of receiving them. The knowledge retains by 4 methods: Athiti, Bodha, Acharana, and Pracharana. Now first we have to study, that is Athiti. Then we have to teach, that is Bodha. Then we have to put it into practice by ourselves, acharana. Then we have to propagate it among public. That is pracharana. So this pracharana is very essential regarding our Sanatana Dharma and Samskrita Bhasha nowadays. Now, 10th advice is Deva Pitru Karyabhyam na pramaditavyam. One should be attentive in performing Deva Karyas and Pitru Karyas. Deva Karyas are, that is, they are the deeds related to our teachers and God's divine reality. So regarding the devatas, whatever we do, that is devakaryas. Worshipping, doing vratas, pujas, nityanamitika karmas, etc. All, though they are our kartavyas, devakaryas should be done. Now, pitrukaryas, to actually this devakarya also yajna yagadi kratus we have to do. They are all yajna karyas because while doing yajna, we offer the oblations and that havis which we offer, they will be received and taken by gods and then gods favor us. So devakaryas means yajna yagadi kratu acharana. Then Pitru Karyas means related to Pitru Devatas, ancestors, forefathers. That is to keep Sraddha Karmas and also to perform the last rites when parents leave their bodies, mother or father. So if they are neglected, one cannot become free from Devaruna or Pitru Runa. Now, next from 11th to 14th, these 4 advices are shasanas. They are the edicts which we have to follow, all human beings. They are Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, and Atithi Devo Bhava. These four adeshas are to be followed by all human beings. They are also universal commands like Satyam Vada and Dharmam Chara. If king's commands are obeyed, he gets pleased, he becomes happy. Then if his commands are not followed, he punishes. He becomes very angry and he punishes, gives punishment. Similarly, if we follow these shasanas of Paramatma, Paramatma will be pleased and he will bless us and give us or provide us with all comforts we need. He will fulfill all the necessities as king does to his citizens. Then if we do not follow these, the God will get anger. Anger in the sense, he will not get anger. God neither gets pleasure or neither gets anger, but there is a rhythm, there is a niyama in the nature, dharma in the nature, which reacts according to our deeds and feelings. So, next one is Matru Devo Bhava, means worship your mother like God. Consider mother as God. All living creatures are first indebted to mother only because enduring so many sufferings, mother gives birth to the baby. The mother gives birth to all of us. Though there are many words in Sanskrit to say the mother, Janani, Janaitri, Amba, etc., several words are there. Even then the Veda here took the word Mata, Matru Devo Bhava. The Veda said, Jananyai like that, it did not say. Ambayai Namaha, not like that. Why Mata? The word Mata is taken for mother because Mata means Mati Vartati Garbhaha Atra iti Mata. Mother keeps the embryo for nearly 10 months, several months in her womb and bears and protects us. So for the sake of children, the mother endures so many hardships, keeps diet, considers her child as her life. Throughout her life, she takes care of her children. whether daughter or son. So the master says, you love your mother, honor your mother, and respect your mother as if she is God, goddess. Matrudevo Bhava. Out of all those who are worthy of worshipping, then the mother occupies the first place. After mother comes father, then guru, and then next to guru is Atithi. That is the order given by the Veda. That is how we have to follow. Later, all persons of the society are relatives. Mati also means ma, to measure. Ma means Ma Rama Mangala Devata. Ma also means the highest enlightenment and all glory and prosperity. So mother gives her children all these Aishwaryas with her blessings, if not physically. Physically also she wants to give whatever she can give. And Ma also means to measure. So Mati means she takes care of what is needed at what time, in what quantity for her son or daughter. So in that way also Mata, mother. So the word Mata is having such greatness in it. Now Manudharma Shastra says, Upachyayan Dashacharyaha Acharyanam Shatam Pita Sahasram tu Pitrun Mata Gauravena Atirichyate. So the Shastra says that Acharya is equal to 10 Upachyayas, the normal teachers. Father is greater than 100 Acharyas. But mother excels father 1,000 times in honor. So that is the importance given to the mother. For truth, mother and father both are to be respected equally. Mother and father are, in fact, though appear as two, they are one. That is how they have to behave. Father is the cause of the birth of a person. So father takes care of the child, Pati iti pita, because he protects, he knows what all to be given to his son or daughter, at what time, in what quantity. So father, even though he sacrifices himself, though he endures all sufferings, he wants his children to be always happy and healthy with all comforts. So father is great and very important. He is the protector. He feeds the children. He educates them and gives the boy children Brahmopadesha and performs marriages to the children, boys or girls. And father leads children towards the goal which they have to reach in their life. So you please worship your father as God. Now Shastra says one has to become a worthy son by observing these three qualities, gunas, doing these three works in his life. Jivato Vakya Karanat, Pratyabdihi Bhuri Bhojanat, Gayayam Pindadanena, Tribhihi Putrasya Putrata. Now the Guru is to be worshipped as God. In fact, the Acharya, the Guru is very great, more than even God, because it is Guru who shows Govinda, the Acharya Devo Bhava, we say, that is why. So even Kabir Das said, Guru Govinda Dovu Khade Kake Lagum Pau, Balihari Guru Apne, Govinda Diyo Batai. So it is Guru who shows us the God, the path to reach the God and God himself. So Guru is greater than even mother and father, than everyone, than even God. Because the parents give birth to the physical body. The Guru enlightens and imparts knowledge and gives birth to our Jnana Sharira. So the Acharya is to be worshipped as God. Next comes the Atithi, the guest. Atithi Devo Bhava. You always honor the guest as Atithirvai Narayanaha. considering the guest to be equal to Lord Vishnu, that is Paramatma, God. So we have to worship our guests and take care of them and provide what all they need, necessities when they are with us. Now, Gurubala Prabodhika says, Satatam atati iti atithihi. Who is atithi? Atithi means one who always keeps wandering, moving from one place to other, one house to other, blessing the people of that house. So by serving the guests, we develop dana guna. And atithi also is said, those who are, suppose we ask anybody, request them to come to our house either for getting food or something, they are apyagatas. But those who are not being invited, yet suddenly if they come on any day at any time without knowing the tithi, they are to be considered as atithi. Now 15th point is, Yani anavadyani karmani tani sevitavyani no itarani. Yan yasmakagum sucheritani tani tvaya upasyani no itarani. No means na itarani. The Acharya is instructing the Sishyas to do such karmas which are defectless, which do not do any sort of harm to others. Even that is there. So you must follow our noble qualities and virtues only. Because that is, Guru is speaking about gurus, about themselves, the acharyas. Because we are your gurus, taking us as ideal. Suppose you may want to follow us, you may consider us to be the role model as ideal. By all means, even then, because we are all human beings, because we are staying in Grihasthasrama with our family, wife and children, relatives and all. So you may be observing all these because you are all staying with us as part of our family and as our children. So you may consider whatever we do as ideal. That's not proper. You have to take only those good traits of us, good qualities of us, the good words we advise, the teachings we teach. Only those you have to take as ideal, but not any silly words which we do sportively or something like that as a matter of fact. So, avadya and anavadya, they say. Anavadya means which is not wrong, that is good. So, because human beings, because in all human beings, even we are human beings, errors, some misdeeds might have been occurring in our lives also sometimes. So you have to take our virtues and good deeds as ideal and not others. Avadya means wrong. Wrong avadya should not be taken. Anavadya should be taken. So be careful and attentive in doing pious and meritorious wise deeds. Ramavat vartitavyam, natu Ravanavat. Sucherita means good conduct, good behavior. Rama is ideal for us, not Ravana. Now 16th point is, Ekecha asmat shreyagum so brahmanaha tesham tvaya asanena prishvasitavyam. Those who are our well-wishers and those who are Brahmins, those who are our guests are those who are elder to us. We should always, and those who are scholars, panditas, then such persons should always be honored by offering our seat to them and by providing what all comforts we can provide at that time to them. So we should get up from our seat and we have to invite them and honor them, providing our seat if we are at any outside place also, not in our house. So such great people who offer the merit of their penance for the welfare of universe and society should always be honored. They should never be neglected. Shastra says that whoever honors such great people, their lives will be very safe in their swasthanas. If anyone does any misdeed, the prana, that Chaitanya Shakti, prana Shakti, never wills, desires to stay in that particular place. It moves and it wants to leave that path and go away. If any person does good deeds, dharmika karyas, then the pranas will stay in swastalas and they'll be very happy and they will try to increase their vigor and power and bless the person in whom they are staying. So they will not try to move away and go away, leaving the body. That is, if we serve elders, our span of life increases. Now, 17th Prabodha is a cluster of good advices as to how to donate to someone else something, dana guna. So, tyage naikena amritatva manasuhu says the Upanishad. We get immortality by tyaga guna, by be charitable, charity. Now, 7th point is cluster of some points we said. Sraddhaya deyam, asraddhaya adeyam, sriya deyam, kriya deyam, bhiya deyam, samvida deyam. How to give, how to offer, how to donate is given in all these sentences. Dana, da yecha, to give yechati. Da means to give. Dana is that which is given, offered to somebody else. So dana is giving something out of our possession. Dana and tyaga, two words are there. Whatever we possess, out of that, if we give something to others, that is dana. But tyaga is whatever we possess, and unless that is there, we cannot exist. Even that, if offered to someone else for the sake of their welfare, that is tyaga. Tyaga guna is much more important and greater than dana guna. So, this we take a little of what we are possessing and offer that to others normally in our lives. So, tyaga is more sublime. So, whatever we possess, which is very much needed to us, even we have to give it away to those who are in need of it without asking them, being asked by them. Even if they do not ask us, we have to recognize their necessity, and without expecting anything from them in return, we have to offer that. Even dana also should be offered in the same manner. Then tyaga is also should be given. Charity. So tyaga is much more greater than dana, we said. So many great persons died such, uh, uh, even offered their lives, but they never deviated from this tyaga guna. They became ready to offer the flesh of their bodies also, their entire property also. So such is the greatness of it. So many persons did such tyagas and got eternal name and fame. They stood in the history. They became ideal to others. Our ancient sages are teaching us of such dana guna and tyaga guna. Rantideva was on fast for several days along with his family members, wife, son, daughter-in-law and all, because he could not get anything to eat. And they are all devotees, and Rantideva is the greatest devotee of Lord Vishnu. And his wife is very Sushila, Sheelavati, always follows her husband. Even son is worthy of himself, and the daughter-in-law is also of that nature. So this Rantideva, he is having the habit of honoring the guests and feed them first. And after feeding the guest, he eats and family members eat. If anything remains, then only they eat. If nothing remains, after offering to the guest, they will remain fast only. They do not eat anything. They keep fasting. Thus, after many days of fasting, he could get some flour to eat. He offered that to God and became ready to eat. At that time, a person with hunger came to his house with much uh, play, hunger. He said he is very hungry. So without any sort of question, Rantideva invited him into the house with much pleasure and happiness and served him, then offered the floor of that fried rice, something to this hungry Brahmin, the guest. And after eating that, he said he is seeing for some more because stomach is not filled. Then even his wife gives her part. Even then the guest belly is not filled. So the son also offers his part of food. Then also after eating that, he sees like this without satisfaction. Then even daughter-in-law offers. So after eating all this completely, then he becomes satisfied and his hunger is fulfilled completely. So he got satisfied. And then God appeared in front of the Srantideva and gave liberation to him. So that is Tyaga Guna in fact. So for protection of our Sanatana Dharma, lakhs of people sacrificed their lives. For protection of our motherland, lakhs of people sacrificed their happy life also. And they offered their properties and their lives with pleasure. These are all Tyagas, Tyagis, Tyaga Gunas. Now Vedamata is instructing us how to give anything to others. It should be given with Shraddha, utmost interest and attention without any asraddha. We must give it to worthy people with shy that we are able to give only this much and not plentifully as that person is needed. We must offer with fear, phiyadeyam, with the fear as if we are, suppose we may be doing any sort of mistakes. We do not know whether we are offering that properly or not. So, Hriyadeyam, Phiyadeyam, Sriyadeyam. Now, we must offer with fear as if we are doing any mistakes anywhere while offering that to the guests. We must give what all we possess, and that too with proper knowledge, samvidadeyam. With proper knowledge, we should offer them. Knowledge in the sense what they are needed, that should be offered. Whether we are giving the same or we are offering as we like. So that should be taken care. We should not give with proud feeling that we are offering to those people who came to us. Such proud feeling should never be there. Yachanantam hi gauravam, the Shastra says. If someone are coming to us and asking for anything, that means we must realize that, we must recognize that they are in utmost necessity of that work. So they are feeling shy even to ask us. Even then, when they are asking, we should recognize their necessity and lack of capacity in getting that. So with that care, we should understand their situation and help them completely. We should fulfill complete that necessity of that time, because they are keeping their self-respect aside the moment they come and ask us anything. So yachana means begging, asking. The gaurava will be kept aside when a person has to ask someone, he keeps his respect aside and then feels as if he is not having any capacity and he is helpless, then asks. So such feeling we should never let them get. Without being asked, we should come forward to give respect them, and with proper respect, we should do all the help they need. When Kautsa, the Sishya of Varatantu Maharshi, asked Raghu Maharaja to give 14 crores of gold coins, which are to be given as Guru Dakshina to his Guru, Varatantu Maharshi, Raghu Maharaja wanted to go to Kubera Loka for expedition, but Kubera himself rains gold coins. That's a good story. Raghu offered the whole heap of gold coins to Kautsa, but Kautsa wanted only 14 crores of gold coins, counting them. He neither wanted to take one less or one more. Raghu Maharaja says, because he is Sankalpa, he wanted to get money from Kubera to be offered to this Kautsa. This money is given, this heap of gold coins are given. So whatever number of coins are there, they belong to Kautsa only. And Raghu Maharaja says, I will not take even a single coin. So Kautsa is not willing to take more. Raghu Maharaja is also not willing to keep one single coin. That was the great nobility of persons of those time, Raghu Maharaja and Kautsa. Now 18th point is Atha yedite karma vichikitsa va vritta vichikitsa va syat. Suppose syat means what we should do if we get any doubt about any ritual or any behavior of anything at any time. What we have to do, the Acharya says, after leaving the Gurukula and stepping into the society, many doubts may arise in you, in your behavior, in your mind. When one begins to act independently, coming out of the shield of the protection of parents and Guru, the teachers, the answer is given like this. Ye tatra brahmanaha sammarshinaha yukta ayuktaha alukshaha dharmakamaha syuhu yatha te tatra varteran tatha tatra vartethaha. This is the next advice. Then there you observe the Brahmins, the great scholars and elderly people and great persons who have the knowledge of Vedas, Shastras and scriptures, and who got intellectual power to judge properly and who are impartial. You follow them. What all they do, you do in the same manner. You ask them what is the solution for this problem which you got, the answer for the doubt which arose in your mind. So you seek their help. They take their advices and do not ask those who are rude, yuktaha, ayuktaha, alukshaha. So those who are very rude, very harsh, even though they have the knowledge, never approach them. Because they may behave rudely. They may not consider your request as a proper, genuine request. So the same is preached by Sri Krishna Paramatma also in Gita. Yadyad acharati shreshtaha tattadeva itaro janaha sayat pramanam kurite lokas tadanuvartate. So the ordinary people follow the actions of great persons. Whatever they act, common people take that as authority and follow. So you follow the noble people and great scholars of society. The Acharya is advising them to follow those who are Brahmanical, rational, austere, then constructive and virtuous. Now Vedas are for Ishta Prapti and Anishta Parihara. So one should acquire Veda Vidya with Guru Susrusha and gain knowledge. By practice that should be retained by them. Taking Brahmajnanis as ideal, we should lead our lives. Sammarshitva, Sammarshinaha, they said. Sammarshitva means having the grasping power and to possess the power of proper discrimination. Those who have such power are Sammarshinaha. Yuktaha means one who has yoga, yukta, joined. Yoga karmasu kausalam. Those who are very skillful, having the skill in doing all the works. So, ayuktaha means having interest in sadbhavanas and satkarma charana and sat dharma charana on his own and not because someone else is asking them to do, they do. So one should be, by nature, they should be dharmikas. They should have interest in doing good works. Now, by force, if anybody forces, if they do, that is not their intention. So such people should not be taken as ideal. Aluksha means arukshata. Rukshata means hardness. So, though they may be great scholars and possess Veda Vijnana, but some people do not develop Sattva Guna, Sattvika qualities. Their ego works very minutely. And every minute they exhibit their ego. So, such people are Ruksha. Ruksha Swabhava, hard-natured. So not having Ruksha Swabhava is Aruksha or Aluksha, Luksha and Ruksha are same. Aluksha or Aruksha are same. Kaushika was a Brahmachari, Veda Adhyayi. He is a student, he was a student, but he could not control his anger. He could not control his sense organs. He behaves whatever comes into his mind. But because he is Vedachyayi and Veda mantras, he is continuously observing. He has developed Vak Suddhi because he follows Satya and Dharma. So, but he could not control anger and he could not conquer anger. So, because in fact, Sattva Guna should be in them, but in complete quality, Sattva Guna has not developed in him fully, because by nature something exists in us. We have to develop that by our efforts. Now, one Rajas and Tamo Gunas may be there. Tamo Guna, a little is there in him, which worked at one instance. Then naturally, Rajaguna also exists in all, along with Sattva and Tamas. So thereby asahana is there in him. If anything wrong is done to him, he cannot bear it. He becomes very angry. We say in Puranas, Durvasa Maharshi, he is Brahmajnani. Even then, he curses sometimes when he gets anger. But what all curses he gave became boons to all of them and to the world. That we have to recognize. Now this Kaushika. This Kaushika, the Brahmachari, the student was reciting Veda mantras, sitting under a tree. There on the above on the tree on one branch, a crow was standing, and then that crow excreted on him. Then he saw that bird with anger, raising his head above. Immediately that bird, the crow, was burnt to ashes and fell down because of his Brahminical Vedic power, luster. Such people should have control over anger and have benevolence. Then later on, he goes to one lady who is Pativrata, who could see what has happened in the forest where no person was there. Then he wonders how that Pativrata could know the incident occurred. She says, I am not a bird to be burnt by your anger, because she delays in offering him the food because he went there to get his bhiksha. So then she advises him to go to Dharma Vyatha, and that's all another story. Now, Dharma Kamatva is having intense longing and concentration on dharma only. The very nature of Dharmaraja is to be dharmika. Dharmacharana is his nature. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Rama is embodiment of dharma. The 6 qualities described here, Brahmanatva, Sammarshitva, Yuktatva, Ayuktatva, Alukshatva, Dharmikatva, and also such other virtues and good qualities exist in several noble people, great persons. We should take them as ideal. In our epics and history and mythology, we find such great personalities whom we should keep as our ideal and try to follow them. We should study and understand Sri Ramachandra's Satya Nishtha, Dharma Raja's Dharma Nishtha, Satya Harishchandra's Satya Sandhata, Satya Samrakshana Lakshana, the Datrutwas of Shibi Chakravarti, Ranti Deva, Bali Chakravarti, and all. Then the Dharma Pravartana of Shankha and Likhita, the brothers. All human beings must possess Sadachara. Now, 19th Amsha is Atha Pyakyateshu, Atha Api Akhyateshu. Akhyatas means Akhyanas, Upakyanas that exist in our Bharata, like that, all stories. Atha Pyakyateshu, Ye Tatra Brahmanaha Sammarshinaha, Yuktaha Ayuktaha, Alukshaha Dharma Kamaha Syuhu, Yatha Te Teshu Varteran, Tatha Teshu Vartethaha. Akhyata means stories. There are many stories narrated in Puranas, Upanishads and all. When we get any doubt in doing any actions, suppose we want to take the heroes of certain stories we heard as ideal, we may doubt whether we can follow them or not, and also whether it is proper to act accordingly or not. Then also we should take the advice of noble persons with Shastra, Jnana and great virtues. We should not do whatever come to our mind and whomever we take as ideal, and what all they did, we should not become ready to do immediately without knowing Dharma and Satya. Jamadagni Maharshi commanded his son Parasurama to cut his mother's head. Without any hesitation, Parasurama followed the words of his father, Pitrudevo Bhava. So, he cut his mother's head. Shall we follow him, taking him as ideal in our life? If such a situation arises, and suppose our father asks us to do any harm to our mother, either to kill or to send her something, now we should not do so. We should never do that. Before saying Pitrudevo Bhava, Veda said Matrudevo Bhava. Parasurama followed his father's words because he is fully aware of the capacity and the spiritual power of his father. He is fully aware of the greatness of his father. His father is capable of reviving his mother, even if she is died. And accordingly, Jamadagni Maharshi revived Renuka Devi when Parasurama wanted his mother as a boon to him. So, blindly we should not follow even Purana Purushas. We should know what is to be done at what time, etc. This is the Adesha, the command. This is the Upadesha, the advice. Esha Vedopanishat. This is what is said in Vedas and Upanishads. In fact, this Upadesha is like Veda and Upanishad also. Vedopanishad, the Upanishad says. This is how it should be worshipped and followed. 3 times our Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi is said to ward off the Adhyatmika, Adhipautika and Adhidaivika tapas, which inflict all human beings. Now, the 13th samskara is Keshanta Samskara, also called as Godana Vrata. Since the birth, all children, boys and girls, behave equally, almost up to 9 or 10 years. Both of them play together and study together. Their voice, spirit, enthusiasm, everything will be equal. But the dresses they wear, the hairstyle, and the earrings, etc., differentiate them, but not their behavior or thinking, because they are all small children and kids. Slowly, they started to recognize the difference between male and female. They know they are boy or a girl. Slowly, from the age of 8th or 9th, parents begin to teach girls that because they are girls, they have to know what they have to do and what not to do. The mother starts to teach her daughter how to behave at home, how to do the housework, cooking, etc., and how to behave outside with others. And she tries to make her daughter recognize the fact that the girl should never touch the hands of any boys or anyone other than father, brothers, and elder relatives of home. So such good samskara should be taught to the girls, and the mother teaches the girls. And also, the delicacy of the body and voice remains in girls, though they are growing healthy and strong. Similarly, certain changes start to occur in boys. Their voice also started to change and get elegance in the place of softness. Now, human life can be divided into 6 parts. They are Shaishava, the infancy stage, Balya, childhood, then Kaumara, second one, adolescence, then Yavana, youth, teenage, then Yavana, then Madhyavayaha, Nadivayasu, we say middle age, and then Vardhakya, old age. Infancy is from birth to 2.5 or 3 years age. Though they are fully dependent on parents for each and everything, yet that is the happy life for them. Childhood is the most enjoyable time to both the children and the parents also. We enjoy a lot with the work deeds done by our children. The childhood starts from nearly 4th year to 10 years, 10, 11. At that age, they would be treated with much more attention, affection by the parents. Then they spend their time happily and freely as they like, girls and boys also. Approximately from age of 10, 11 years to 17th or 18 years age, that is called as teenage, adolescence. That is the age at which they should be very much cared by the parents. Parents should take care of them at that time, because in adolescence, they know and yet they do not know. They feel as if they know everything, though they do not have the perfect knowledge of things. Their minds get wonderful ideas and will not be in a position to properly discriminate what is good and what is bad. But emotions start playing their role and senses start attracting towards the objects. During that time, many changes take place even in the growth of their bodies, girls and boys also. It is the duty of parents to teach moral values and virtues of Prahlada, etc., to see that they live in their limits. In the olden days, parents used to do Upanayana Samskara to the boys at the age of Garbhastami and then send to Gurukulas. So, observing Brahmacharya Vrata Diksha, they study Vedas, acquire knowledge, and Guru Patni, they used to take care of them. So, there is no chance for boys to get deviated from their right path, from the good path. Mostly, there will not be any chance for their minds even to get deviated, directed, because fully they will be concentrating only on education. So they will not get directed towards worldly pleasures at all until they become youth and complete their education and return homes. they will always be under the supervision of Guru and Guru Patni. The boys begin to grow short beards and then muschat, we say, the gaddamu, etc., misamu, etc., the whisker at the age of 15 or 16. Actually, those who are in celibacy, this brahmacharya vrata diksha, do not have to remove their hair and whisker also. They allow their mustache to grow till snataka vrata. After completion of their education, they remove that. At that, before that snataka vrata, when Guru asks them. But it is the traditional custom to celebrate Keshanta Samskara to the boys at the age of 16 or 17. That is called as Keshanta Samskara, when for the first time the beard or the mustache would be removed. Normally, in our custom, the boys who have parents alive will not remove mustache fully. It should remain as long as they live. This Keshanta Samskara would be performed by the Acharya at Gurukula. His parents also may come and join and participate them there. This Samskara is also called as Godana Vrata Samskara. Evam Godana Masmin Nimish. Evam Godana Masmin Napi Nakshetri Shodase Varshe. Even this Samskara would be done as that of Chuda Karma Samskara at the age of 16 of the boy. The prosperity of Brahmachari is thought of and said in Sankalpa. The Guru does Agni Pratistapana, Ganapati Puja, Swasti Punyaha Vachana, and later certain homas would be performed by both Guru and Brahmachari. Patra Prayoge Kalu Yojaniyo, Godana Karmanyapi Chaula Vastu, Naglapsa Punjila Shelalya Ishta Atrartha Luptahi Bhavanti Yasmat. They do from Pavitri Karana to Ajya Swagata Anta. And later Guru performs 8 homas done at Chaula Samskara. The same are to be done. Later, keeping only Shikha, the remaining hair would be removed. Then Sishya takes bath, becomes holy, and donates milky cow to the Guru as Guru Dakshina. Then onwards, till the completion of education, the hair will not be removed. But certain people remove their hair periodically, remaining, keeping that Shikha as it is. Whatever may be the custom followed by people, the main aim of this Keshanta Samskara is to control the minds of the students who are entering into youth and to make their minds concentrate on education. All the brahmacharis used to study sincerely due to their devotion on God and scriptures, and because they got regard on our tradition and their interest and love for acquiring knowledge. Now, 13th point A, another part regarding the girls. Rajaswala Samskara to girls. A festival it is. In the Devi Bhagavata Purana, it is said that Jagannatha, who entrusted the responsibility of creation to Brahmadeva, creation of Srishti to Brahmadeva, did the creation of women by herself. That is why, in general, women are naturally bashful, virtuous, gentle, patient, skillful, loving, efficient, pious, and attractive, and very handsome and delicate. As soon as a girl is born, they say Mahalakshmi is born in our families. Changes in the growth of the body start to appear from the age of 9 to 10 in a girl. The woman who causes creation, who expands the lineage, begins to undergo changes in the body accordingly. Normally, the girls may mature from the age of 10, in between 12 or 13, mostly from 11th year to 13th year. It would be a remarkable event. It should be treated as a pious vow, and vrata follow the rules spoken in the Shastras. Nothing there is nothing wrong. The girl should feel. Mostly the girls feel shy, but the mother should make her recognize the greatness of that. Now, noting down the exact time, they should contact the astrologer. And if they any Shanti karmas have to be done, should be done after 11 days on any auspicious day. The mother with all ladies celebrate the 4 days and on 11th day as a festival according to the customs they follow from forefathers traditionally. During the first 3 days, mother should always accompany the girl, never leave her even for one moment, feed her sesame and jaggery. She should avoid salt, mirch, and then tamarind also on those first 3 days. That is said for the health of the girl and her well-being. There are certain procedures which should be followed. This reminds her father that it is the time for him to save money for his daughter's marriage and should be searching for a suitable, virtuous bridegroom for his daughter. On 11th day or 21st day or on any other auspicious day, the parents can conduct a sari wearing function to their daughter, inviting all the relatives and friends. This is the first big festival in the life of the girl, a girl before the marriage festival. Upanayana and Vivaha are most important days for boy. Then this day, this festival and Vivaha are the great incidents in girl's life. So they treat this girl as the incarnation of goddess Lakshmi. Give her holy auspicious Mangala Snana, decorate her with new cloths, ornaments and flower jada, etc. Then they offer so many varieties of fruits, flowers, sweets, bangles, and give Mangala Harati and bless that girl. It is for the first time the mother gives Odibiyamu and Chalimidi to her daughter. Then onwards, after marriage, the mother has to give her daughter this Chalimidi and Vodibiyam whenever she comes to mother's house. The parents and the girl worship Vinayaka, Kuladevatas, Ishtadevatas, and Sri Surya Narayana Swami and pray to give them good health and prosperity and saupagya. Wishing the welfare of this girl, her mother prays moon to give her happiness and pleasant mind, offers dosalu we say, made with rice and minapappu we say, minumulu, offers chalimidi to and tambulam to this girl, fruits and flowers, also to all the ladies who come there and do parentum. So all those ladies and relatives bless this girl. In our Hindu tradition, what all events occur in our life, all are connected with certain rituals of worshipping gods, donating to people and getting their blessings. In this connection, the mother gives cloths and tambulam along with dakshina to washerman, chakali we say, and he blesses or she blesses the girl to live long happily. Though there are many names to indicate a woman, Stri, Yoshita, Abala, Nari, Purantri, Mahila, etc., hundreds of names are there. Yet we consider the word Stri as quite befitting for using the word woman. The word Stri is a mixture of the letters Sa, Ta, Ra, and Yi. Sa, Ta, Ra represent the Sattvaguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna, the Trigunas. They also represent Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. And so, three Shaktis, Mother Saraswati, Mahalakshmi, and Parvati Devi. The letter E is the Bijakshara of Mata Parvati Devi. E is Shakti Bija. Gupta Pranava it is called as. The mixture of Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Gunas together with Jagannatha Bijakshara Shakti is Stri, the woman. That is why Stri is so powerful, so pious and virtuous. Stri is Prakriti Swarupini. This world and all living beings took birth from the mother who is a Stree. So everyone must bow down to Stree and respect women. Puranas speak of a story. Once upon a time, a person by name Vishwarupa used to rob away the Yajna Havirbhagas of all the gods, Indra, etc., without allowing gods to take them. Then Devendra cut his head, his 3 heads. That Vishwarupa got 3 heads and Devendra cut down. So Indra got the Brahma Hatya Pataka, dosha, without any with any sin. If even gods become impure, they will not be eligible to do their duties and rule the kingdoms. So Devendra could not rule these 3 worlds, though he is Trilokadhipati. So he wanted to become pure by leaving away, throwing away and distributing his sin to others who accept to take his sin. And as a reward, he gave boons to them. God Indra divided his son into 4 parts, distributed among the trees, ocean, the earth, and the women. The trees took Indra's sin in the form of blue gammu, we say. Indra gave the boon that the trees would grow even if they are cut. The second part is taken by, second part of sin is taken by the ocean in the form of foam, nurugu. Indra blessed the sea with inexhaustible supply of water. That is why Nadinam Sagarogati, all rivers come and join. Mother Earth took the third part of sin of Indra in the form of earthquakes. And Indra gave the boon that the holes of the earth would automatically be filled and earth comes to normalcy even after earthquakes. The fourth part of Indra's sin is taken by the woman with so much of noble quality. So in the form of this monthly dosha. So Indra gave a boon to women to be able to give birth to children, children and progeny. Thus they became honorable as a mother to the whole world. So women are to be regarded. Thus with magnanimous heart, woman accepted the sin of Indra, with which she became worthy of becoming the mother. Though for men and women suitable samskaras are being performed, Upanayana and Vivaha are the great sacraments and festivals celebrated for boys, and to become Pushpavati, to get married, and Simanta Samskara are considered as the best festivals in the life of girls, which give them immense happiness and joy. A swasti for today.
Okay. Okay, Visalakshi, now we are beyond time.
Yes.
We will do Prarthana and Janaganamana. Any questions, so please keep it with you, then we will address it on Saturday. Satya garu.
Yes. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena maheshaha gobrahmanebhya subhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasyashalini deshoyam shobharahito brahmanas santu nirbhayaha aputra putrinas santu pautrinah sadhana santu jivantu sharadam shatam satyam vada dharmam chara swadhyayanma pramadah sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayah sarve bhadrani pasyantu ma kaschit dukkhabhag bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti.
ధన్యవాదములండి. Now let us recite national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हे
జై ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టుబాబు గారు. Now I'll close the recording.